when we were kids, Granny's dinners never took a long time. I mean, she'd say, I'm starting dinner, and dinner would be done. I remember as a little girl just, running around in the kitchen, and, you always knew when there was pork cooking, and that's one of my very favorite meats. I love pork just about any way you can cook it. And fried, yep, that's the way to my heart, just southern fried pork chop. Welcome to our channel, and welcome back to my kitchen. Y'all come on in. Today is a really simple southern stovetop dinner. Just some pork chops, some sweet potatoes, and some veggie rice. Quick, easy, under 30 minutes. Everything you need for all three dishes is sitting right here. Very, very minimal ingredients. You're gonna need some flour and some salt and pepper for your pork chops. For your rice, you're gonna need a cup of rice, a cup of bell peppers diced, a cup of green onions diced, 2 cups of chicken bouillon with a little bit of pepper and parsley mixed in. And for your sweet potatoes, you're gonna need some sweet potatoes, some butter, and some brown sugar. And you're gonna need 3 pans, a spurtle, a spoon, and a set of tongs. The tongs for your pork chops, which go in your stainless steel. In your cast iron, cast iron. In your stainless steel, you're gonna need a little spoon. And I'm not sure what this is, but it's like it's not no stick flaky stuff, but it's where it doesn't stick. And I use that to make my sweet potatoes in. Over the years, you find favorites for whatever you're doing. Cast iron's good for frying. It doesn't matter what you're frying or trying to braise. That cast iron is going to give you the best browning. Stainless steel pans, on the other hand, are really, really good for sauteing and for rice dishes. And so that's what we're going to do with it today, is we're going to use rice. And this one up here, like I said, because it's got that like slick coating in there, we're going to use that for our sweet potatoes so our sweet potatoes don't stick. So that dinner comes together all at one time, or really close, so that everything's hot. You'll want to start with your sweet potatoes. The reason for that being they're going to take the longest to cook, because you're just going to really slowly saute those. Okay, the first thing I did was I went ahead and cut the ends off, and then we're just going to take them and peel that outer skin off, because we're not going to use that because I don't like it. The only time I leave the skin on is if I bake them. And we're just going to cut those as close as we can, but make sure you take that white pithy, whatever it is, off of there, because I don't like that either. I didn't use sometimes I use a potato peeler, but most of the time with a sweet potato, I don't, just because it's thick and I have to keep cleaning out the inside of my peeler, and it's just, for me, it's just easier to do it with a knife. You can just see how quick it goes, and I don't have to mess with it or stand over the trash can or make a mess all over the kitchen. We just gonna do it just like that. Got them all peeled, ready to go. That little bit of brown right there, that is not going to hurt anything. It's going right on in the pot. All right, and then I'm just making like 1/4-inch medallions. If this were potatoes, I'd do it right over the stove. But these are, a little stiffer. You need a good sharp knife. And that's how you do that. And then we're just going to take them and drop them right in that pan and get ready to cut the next one. Just like that. Okay, now we're gonna open our butter. You know I can't hardly make a meal without butter. That's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna take that smaller one, and I need about half of a stick, or just under a half a stick. We're gonna put that right there in the middle, just like that. We are going to take our brown sugar. Get our brown sugar. If I'd have packed that, it'd have been a quarter, but I just kind of heaped it up in there. It's still just a quarter cup of brown sugar. We're gonna lay that like that. We're gonna put a lid on it. We're gonna put it on medium heat and just let her cook down. And you know, to me, that is the easiest, best way to make sweet potatoes. I mean, you can make souffles and you can spend lots of time, but that and just a simple baked in the oven sweet potato, it doesn't get much better than that. Now we're gonna start our veggie rice. What we're gonna do is we need 2 tablespoons of butter. We're just gonna drop that right in there. We're gonna get that pan nice and hot, good hot. Well, there we go. Now we got a good high flame. There we go. Good high flame. Gonna let that butter melt and get started. Okay, now that my butter's bubbling a little bit, we're gonna drop our green onions in there. Hear that little sizzle? That's what you're waiting on, just that little sizzle. Gonna put our bell peppers in there. It's like 3/4 of a cup each. You don't have to get that strict of a measurement. And we're gonna give them a little stir and get that butter on all of them. Just like that. And we're just gonna let them saute for, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. Y'all know, about a month and a half ago, I got this new stove. Y'all, I am loving it. I absolutely love this new stove. Okay, as you can see, you know, it's got a large surface area. I can do all my canning. I can put 3 frying pans up here. I am just so happy with this new stove. Oop, let's give these a little stir. We don't want them to burn. Okay, sauteing is not burning, you guys. You still got to watch it. Move it around a little bit. We are almost there. Okay, now that they've been sauteing about 5 minutes and I'm still nice and pretty and golden and my butter's not turning brown, because you don't want that. All right, now we're going to put our rice in there. It's just 1 cup of regular long grain rice. I'm going to drop that. Give that a stir. Get a little bit of butter on all of that. Okay, now we got it all like a little bit flattened out. We're going to let it sit there for about a minute and brown, and then we're going to give it another stir. Okay, last little stir. My rice has just a little tinge of brown, just a few little pieces. Now, this is 2 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of bouillon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of parsley. That's all it is. And we are going to, it's chicken bouillon. Didn't I say chicken bouillon? It's chicken bouillon. And we're going to just pour that. And that's the last of it right in there. Going to give it one good little stir. We're going to turn it up on high. It is on high. Okay, it already is on high. All right, and we're going to put that lid on there and let it come to a boil. Now it's time to pay attention to my sweet potatoes. You see, they're nice and boiling and bubbly now. And what we want to do is we just want to flip them over. So we can get those on the top, down to the bottom. And let them saute in that syrup. There you go. Okay, now I've got a good rolling boil on my rice. And we're going to turn it all the way down to low. And just let it simmer and let all that water absorb. Okay, and never ever lift your lid when you're cooking rice. Ever. That's what causes rice to flop. You will get perfect fluffy rice every time. Let it come up to a boil. Turn it immediately to low. Never take that lid off. Just make sure it's a glass lid so you can see. And when those little divots don't have water bubbles coming up out of them, turn it off. Let it set for 10 minutes. Still don't take that lid off. Let it sit for that 10 minutes. And when you do take the lid off, you'll have perfect fluffy rice every single time. Keep right on, just moving those around. And they are already, look at that, soft. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna turn that down on low, low, low. And just keep it warm while the rest of dinner's cooking. Okay, now it's time to get those pork chops ready. We're gonna get us a high heat on my cast iron skillet. And I want that skillet hot. Then we're going to add our lard. Okay, now we're going to put that lard in there because my pan is good and hot. See? Hear that sizzle and it's starting to melt real good. All right, see that? I'm guessing that's maybe a half a cup of lard. That's all we're going to need. See how hot my pan is? That's what we're looking for. Now, while that's melting, let's get these pork chops ready. All right, let's get these pork chops ready. We're just gonna lay them out. Just like that. Okay, we're gonna give it a good salt. Gonna pepper it. We like pepper. If you don't, obviously you can back off. Okay, I'm going to pat it in real good. We're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing again. And lightly salt. Some of the best tasting food is a food that you don't have to spice a whole lot. Just really simple, easy suppers. Now I keep a gallon Ziploc bag in my fridge all the time with about a cup, 2 cups of flour in it. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to take that little piece of pork chop and I'm going to drop it in that bag and mash it around. Get that flour everywhere. I'm going to shake off that excess. And in that hot pan it goes. Sizzle, sizzle. I find this is the easiest way to flour something. Then you don't have a mess to clean up. And you just stick it right back in the fridge for next time. Okay, now you can see through my glass lid that all my divots, the little holes that it makes in between the rice, all those divots you can't see water in now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it completely off. Still not going to move that lid. And this is just going to sit here and wait for the 10 minutes that it's going to take for me to cook my pork chops. Okay, now y'all notice I have not flipped these yet. I'm waiting for what my granny used to call getting yacky, which means all this stuff is starting to run off the sides. When it starts to run off of all the pieces, then they should be ready to flip. So over they go. See? Perfectly brown. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at that. Can't get better than that. Ready, all hot. Nice fluffy rice. Taste test time. Come on, Randy. Get
It's taste test time. Here comes the judge. You know, Tammy was peeling her sweet potatoes. I said, why'd you throw them in the garbage can already? I wanted to get a shot of you throwing them away. I was just having fun. So anyway, yeah, love Tammy's southern fried pork chops, just the way her granny made them. I love her sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I probably have a video on those sweet potatoes somewhere, but we do have them.
We do.
Fairly
We just
often.
kind of like, you know, reiterating, you know. Some of our older videos, we have a lot of the same stuff in. I'm talking with my mouth full, ain't I? Okay. I guess you want a sampling of this pork chop? Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah. The other way he likes my pork chops, if I don't make the sweet potatoes with them, is pepper jelly. He loves pepper jelly and pork chops.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially the jalapeno pepper jelly. Yep. And that's got a nice little crunch to it too, which I really, really like. So, but it's absolutely delicious. It's delicious. It's way past delicious. Very good. You know, so when she says, if you want pork chops, I say, as long as you're going to make them your pork chops, I'll eat them.
Yeah. He
So anyway,
really like them in the oven or anything like that. He pretty much just wants a fried pork chop.
Just like that. Yep. Okay. Guess that's it. I'm going to take my plate and I'm going to go inside. And I will see you guys later.
Like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time. Bye.